Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and doing the IS-7 that would have a crew of 5. Went over to its dimensions as a length of 7.30 meters and a width of 3.30 meters. Going ahead and go into its role as a heavy tank, and the number built was 7 prototypes and never entered full production. Armaments include one 30mm main gun and two 14.5mm guns. Engine you can see right here, an M50T 12-cylinder diesel engine, performance at a max speed of 60 kilometers per hour. But anyways guys, that's going to do it for this, and let's move on to the tutorial. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared2 here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the IS-7, also known as the Object 260. This vehicle here was a heavy tank that was developed by the Soviet Union in 1946 through 1948. Only 7 prototypes of this were built, and after some extensive failures and just not living up to what obviously the Soviet Union wanted for this vehicle, the project was canceled and this thing never entered full production. It was intended to basically be the new life to the IS series of tanks after the failure of the IS-5 and also the IS-6, and they basically built the IS-7 to hopefully fix those problems, but the IS-7 itself turned out to be a failure as well. Overall, this tank is pretty crazy with the amount of armaments it has. I saw in the beginning of the video, but it has a 130mm main gun, 6 MGs, and which are at 7.92 millimeters, and it also has 2 14mm main guns or machine guns. A lot of armaments for a tank, which is pretty pretty crazy for a heavy tank to have that amount of weaponry on it, but definitely pretty interesting nonetheless. Overall, the IS-7 itself has a very sleek design. It's very rounded and has a lot of angling and stuff like that, so I did my very best to replicate the best I could, especially in Minecraft. Sometimes this kind of stuff can be difficult with tanks like this. It's definitely a very abstract and different tank really than pretty much most of the air tanks I've really done, so it was interesting to make, and I think it came out pretty good for what I was going for with it. Overall, you can see the build all the way around. Nothing too fancy about it. It's not super detailed, as the thing really wasn't. It was a very kind of bland tank and sort of detail, just a lot of smooth edges and stuff like that really is what was going on with this tank. Anyways, that's pretty much the tank, summing it up. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and everything like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to layer 1. Now for layer 1, what we want to do is we want to go and start by taking our nether brick half slabs. We're going to place down a row 2 just like that of half slabs. After you have that done, we're going to place down a row 2 of top slabs. It comes off those 2 half slabs like so, and this can be the left front of the tracks here. So as you can see, over here on this side is what we are basically working on right now. On this side, so it's going to be on the left side, just in case you guys are building this in a certain area, you kind of have an idea of where to be building this and how to structure it. So anyways, after this, we're going to place down a row 2 of green stained clay. We then want to take our dark oak wood stairs, place down a row 2 of dark oak wood stairs like this, followed by a row 2 of stairs facing the opposite direction as them. So you get something that looks just like this. And then we're going to follow it up and place down a second row of green stained clay. We want to do the same thing for our stairs again. We're going to go and paste down 2 rows of 2 of stairs back to back like that. Again, a row 2 of green stained clay. And we want to place down stone buttons on the end of these rows of 2 of green stained clay to make them look a little bit more like road wheels. Continuing on, we're going to take our dark oak stairs, place down 1 and 2 like that. We then want to place down a row 2 of green stained clay. And then a stone button again on the end of that row. 2 nether brick half slabs and 2 nether brick top slabs, just like that. And that's going to basically make the left side here of the tracks. Once you guys have that done, we're going to go and go up to this nether brick half slab up here in the front. So this is going to be the front, of course, facing this direction. We're going to place down a nether brick top slab like this, followed by 1 and 2 coming off of it like so. We then want to go ahead and go to the back here. We're going to go to this nether brick half slab here, place down row 3, nether brick top slabs across. Or sorry, dark oak with top slabs across. Then on the very center block, we're going to place down a dark oak defense gate just like that. Once you have that done, we just basically want to go and take our dark oak with top slabs and fill in the space in between these rows of 3 of dark oak with top slabs. So let's go and fill it in like this, and it's going to create a nice bottom to the hull of the tank. So just like that. Once you have that done, we're just going to copy the same design we did over on the air side there for the tracks over here to this side. So green stained clay, dark oak with stairs, all that fun stuff you're just going to copy over, and We're just going to go ahead and copy the same thing. I'm going to go a little bit faster. If you need to, just refer to the other side there for how to put it all together, because it's the same exact thing. And stone buns and nether brick half slabs and nether brick top slabs, just like that, going toward the back. And yeah, once you guys have that all done, that's going to do it for layer 1. With that, let's move on to layer 2. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer here, we're going to be going ahead and moving on to layer 2. Now for layer 2, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and place down 2 nether brick stairs on top of those 2 nether brick top slabs. In between these stairs, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab on both sides, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair in the very middle, in between those 2 dark oak wood top slabs. After you have that done, we also want to take down some wood signs and place them on those nether brick stairs on the fronts of the stairs, just like that for the front there. After you have that done, we're going to take green stained clay, place down a row 7 that goes all the way across, followed by a stone bun on both sides. After you have that done, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay across the very middle, like that, followed by a nether brick top slab on both sides. After you have that done, we're going to place down a second row of 5 of green stained clay, followed by again a nether brick top slab on both sides. Once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and go on the sides here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 nether brick half slabs back. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 nether brick half slabs back. And we just want to take green stained clay and run it along the side of them like this, toward the inside here, like so. After you have that done, we're going to place down a row of 5 here of green stained clay all the way across, followed by a nether brick top slab on both sides. As you can see, you have a pretty decent amount of interior space, so if you do want to include some kind of interior for it, you guys can feel free to go crazy with that. I will not be doing any kind of interior for this, so you know, you can do that yourself. But yeah, there's plenty of room for it if you guys do want to do it. Anyways, continuing on, we're going to place down a row of 7 of green stained clay across, followed by a stone bun on both sides. After you have that done, we're going to take our nether brick stairs, place down a row of 2 on top of those nether brick top slabs like that, and then coming off the front of the stairs, we're going to place down a sign, or basically 2 signs like that, come off the front there. In between the stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green stained clay, followed by a stone bun coming off on either side of it, like so, to create something like that for the back there. Once you guys have that all finished, that's going to do it for layer 2. With that, we can move on to layer 3. Alright guys, so moving on to layer 3. Now for layer 3, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start off by placing down a dark oak wood half slab on top of this upside down stair, followed by a stone bun on either side. After you have that done, we're going to grab ourselves a green carpet, place down 1 and 2 green carpets on top of those 2 nether brick stairs. After you have that done, we're going to place down a row 3 of nether brick a dark oak wood half slab or stair in the very center, kind of coming off this this dark oak wood half slab, followed by 2 dark oak wood half slabs on either side of it. After you have that done, we're going to continue our green carpet out by placing down 1 and 2 on either side like that. After you have that done, we're going to place down a spruce wood plank behind that dark oak wood stair to represent some kind of hatch up here, followed by a green hardened stained clay block on either side of it like so, followed by a dark oak wood half slab on either side, and then we want to grab ourselves a wooden trapdoor, and we're going to place down a wooden trapdoor on either side, coming off that dark oak wood half slab like that. We also want to go ahead and go into our inventory. We're going to grab ourselves some item frames, and we're just going to go ahead and place down an item frame coming off of these 2 dark oak wood half slabs like that. We're going to grab ourselves a glass block, and we're going to place down a glass block in the item frames so you get something that looks just like that with the front headlights. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a row 3 of green stained clay behind this row right here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like this, and then one like that, so we create a corner stair and we have a regular stair. Same thing right over here, just like that. After you have that done along the sides here, we're going to take green stained clay. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 back, like that. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 back, like so. Along the sides here, we're going to place down we're going to go and place down signs. So we have a sign on the side here, followed by 2 stone buns. Same thing over here on this side, sign and 2 stone buns. Then we want to place down a row in between these green stained clay blocks. We're going to place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks, followed by a green hardened stained clay block, and then 2 more polished andesite blocks like that. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair on top of that dark oak wood half slab on either side. And just like we did right here, we're going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks from the back of it, and then a green hardened stained clay block in the very center. Going ahead and continuing on, we're just going to go ahead and place down a green carpet now on top of this nether brick top slab here on both sides. We're going to place down a dark oak wood, a green hardened stained clay block on either side like so, followed by a polished andesite block on either side, and then a spruce wood plank, which is going to be in the very center, just like that. After you have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair next to that green stinkweed block on both sides. Again, a polished andesite block on the back of the stair like that, and a green hardened stinkweed block in the very center. Then on the sides here, coming off the green stinkweed blocks connected to the stair, we're going to place down a lever on both sides like that, flicked in toward the stair. Across the back here, we want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood stairs, followed by a dark oak wood half slab in the corner there on your side like that. Lastly, we just want to go ahead and grab ourselves some green carpet, place it down on top of these 2 nether brick stairs, just like that. And once you guys have that done, that's going to practically do it for this layer. One thing you guys can do for a bit of detailing is to grab yourself an item frame. We're also going to need to grab ourselves some tools here. So iron shovel, maybe an iron axe will work for this. And we can go ahead and just put some tools strapped onto the side. So we can place down like 2 item frames like this, put some tools in, and have them kind of angled like that. That's one way you guys can go ahead and add a little bit of detail. You guys can kind of probably figure out little ways and stuff like that too. But feel free to go crazy. And with that, let's move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. So for layer 4, we're going to start off by going ahead and placing down a green stained clay block on top of the center block in that row of 3 green stained clay, followed by a dark oak wood stair like this on both sides. Now coming out toward the front, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, my bad. Let's see, we need to put down a half step back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 dark oak wood top slabs coming off that green stinkweed block like that toward the front. On the very end here on these last 2 dark oak wood half slabs, we're going to go and place down signs like that. Same thing over here on this side, just signs like so. And then we want to go ahead and also go back here to these first 2 half slabs, and we're also going to place down signs as well on them like that, just to show different thicknesses of the barrel and everything like that. We don't want to type anything on the signs, of course, but something like so. After you have that done, we're going to take our green stained clay. We're going to go and place down a row 5 across, just like this. We then want to go ahead and go to the sides. We're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 green stained clay blocks back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. On these middle 3 blocks here, we're going to place down mossy cobblestone walls coming off of it, just to give the turret a little bit more width, like so, and a little bit more curvature. On the back here, we're going to go and go to this last row of green stained clay. In between them, we're going to place down a row of 3. So we have a nice row of 5 along the back here. We're going to take dark oak wood top slabs, place down a row of 5 all the way across, followed by a second row of 5 as well, directly behind it like so. After you guys have that all finished, we then want to grab ourselves some stone pressure plates on top of those 2 green stained clay blocks. We're going to place down stone pressure plates. And on top of this green stained clay block here, we're just going to place down a stone button. One thing I left out from the previous layer, I kind of forgot about, is you can go ahead and add these external fuel tanks. So for these, very simply, we're going to place down 1 and 2 green stained clay blocks and 1 and 2 green stained clay blocks, followed by just a stone button on either side, like that. And those are those external fuel tanks if you guys want to add them on. Anyways, that's going to do it for layer 4. With that, let's move on to layer 5. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our next layer, we have layer 5. Now for layer 5, we're going to start off by going to the very tip of our barrel of our main gun. We're going to place down 2 wooden trapdoors like that, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 green carpets going back like that, just to kind of give the barrel a green color from up above. After you have that done, on top of this green stained clay block here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood half slab with an end rod coming off of like that for the coaxial heavy gun located on the top here. After you have that done, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair facing this direction, followed by a half slab on both sides. Once you have that done, coming off the dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down a green stained clay block, followed by a dark oak wood stair on either side of the green stained clay block, and then a dark oak wood half slab coming off those 2 stairs out to either side. With that done, we can then go ahead and take a dark oak wood stair, place it down on the sides here like this, with the backs of the stairs facing each other. On the inside here, we're going to place down 2 spruce planks like this for the hatches, and we're going to go ahead and also place down a green hardened stained clay block in the very center. Go ahead and continuing on, if you guys want to add like a Soviet Union kind of symbol or colorization to it, we can just place down a brick stair on both sides like that to kind of represent the red star. It wouldn't really have this, or pictures I've seen it didn't really have this, but just throwing it on kind of adds a little bit more color to the build, and kind of shows it's more Soviet, so feel free to add it if you guys want to. And then we can just place down a row of 3 green stained clay between it. If not, just use dark oak wood stairs for the brick stairs. Going ahead and continuing on, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place down a row of 3 of spruce wood planks in the very center, followed by a dark oak wood corner stair on both sides like that. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like this, and then another dark oak wood corner stair. Same thing over here and on the sides. We're going to place down a row of 3 of green hardened stained clay in between those dark oak wood stairs. And when it comes to the corner stairs here, we're going to place down a half slab on either side like this, and then a green hardened stained clay block in the very center. Now we do need to grab ourselves some zombie heads, and we're going to place down a sign coming off the front of the stair, followed by a zombie head, and the same kind of thing over here. So just like that. And then on the back here, we're just going to go and grab ourselves some mossy cobblestone walls again. We're going to place down 1 and 2 across like this, and then a zombie head over there to the right side, like so, for a bit of back detailing. Once you guys have that done, that's going to basically do it for layer 5. And with that, we'll move on to our final layers, which are basically going to be layer 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to put the radio antenna on and this top-mounted A gun. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to our last final details. Before we go ahead and move on to our last final layers, I just want to real quickly throw in one thing. I forgot to add a zombie head over here to the left side on top of this dark oak wood stair. This was from layer 5, so I do apologize for missing that. Sometimes you miss those little details here and there. So just go ahead and throw that on, and with that, you can now go ahead and move on to your final layers. Alright guys, so moving on to our last final layers. Now for these layers, what we want to do to start off with is we're going to place down some stone buns on top of those spruce wood planks, just like that. We then want to place down a dark oak wood fence post on top of this dark oak wood stair, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars going up from it, just like that. After you have that done on top of this green stained clay block here in the very center of this row 3, we're going to place down a stone button, followed by a redstone repeater after it, that we're going to go and flick out to the far sides, so we get something that looks like that. Once you have that done, we're then going to place down a dark oak wood fence post on this green stained clay block in the very center there, and then we're going to go and out to the side of it, and we're going to place down a zombie head like so. Lastly, on the back here, we're just going to grab ourselves some green carpet, place down 1, 2, and 3. Green carpets across, just like that. Now when it comes to actually putting this gun on the top here, we need to grab ourselves some anvils. We're also going to need to grab ourselves some dark oak wood fence gates and end rods and zombie heads and all that stuff. So to get started, we're going to place down a anvil on top of this this dark oak wood fence post. Coming off the anvil, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a dark oak wood fence gate, place it down like so, and you may need to break a block and put a placeholder block in this section here to put that on, so feel free to go and do that. We also need to place down a nether brick upside stair coming off of it, nether brick top slab, and then an end rod like so for the gun. Coming out to the side of it, we have this dark oak or this nether brick upside down stair. We're going to place down a dark oak with top slab. On the top here, on this nether brick top slab on the front, we're going to place down a redstone repeater. We're going to flick it back all the way like so. We're also going to place down a zombie head on top of this anvil. And then lastly, we just want to grab ourselves a green carpet, place it down on top of this dark oak wood top slab like so. And once you guys have that all finished, that's going to basically do it for the IS-7 Soviet heavy tank. Really cool design, and came out really good. Definitely a good redesign. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this build. If you guys do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be anything from a side of the build to link to my channel or this video if there's any social media sites. Just be sure you're proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for when doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it keeps me inspired on continuing to post this kind of content. So anyways, if you guys do end up using the design, just give me credit, and you guys are free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett284, and I'll see you guys next time.